Dalinar, Sazed, and Lightsong. For these three very different Brandon Sanderson characters, there's one unifying characteristic. Faith for them is not about certainty, but about how they live every single day. Hi, my name is Sarah, and on this channel, I love diving deep into what makes characters who they really are. Today, I want to examine three of Sanderson's most powerful characters, Sazed, Lightsong, and Dalinar. And I want to look at how each one of these characters lives out their specific faith in their specific lives. I will have spoilers up through the end of Mistborn Era 1, through Warbreaker, and through Oathbringer in the Stormlight archive. If you haven't finished those books, make sure that you bookmark this video so that we can come back and talk about it later. Sazed's story in Mistborn begins very quietly. Sazed isn't leading revolutions or overthrowing empires. He is preserving, guarding the fragile pieces of hundreds of religions. Every religion that ever was, every religion that exists currently. Honestly, to everyone else, these scraps of faith look useless. And when Sazed brings them up, people often treat it like it's an imposition. But to Sazed, every single one of these faiths is a treasure. It's his way of saying, this was someone's most important belief. This is what makes Sazed remarkable. And I'm thinking in particular of a scene at the beginning of Well of Ascension where Sazed comes across an entire village that has been completely wiped out by mist sickness, except for one person who it looks like has survived by eating his fellow villagers. Sazed does not judge this man. Instead, he immediately offers him something that will give him dignity and help him practically where he is right now. He says, I have more food for you. We can fix this. Let's find a way to help you. And this right here is what makes Sazed remarkable. Not that he has figured out the definitive answer for everything, but that he believes every human story, every single human soul is worthy of dignity and love even in its darkest, most troubled moments. Sazed's daily choice to remember because of his desire to help other people becomes the foundation of his faith. And when Sazed finally becomes harmony, it's not because he discovers one perfect religion or set of rules, it's because who he is as a person is the perfect incarnation, the perfect fulfillment of all of these beliefs. It is all of them united in a compassionate, caring man. Dalinar's journey in Wave Kings really looks like it starts with a code of honor, a set of rules that he believes will hold his kingdom together and repair the war-torn kingdom that his brother began. But if you look closer, I think the real turning point, the real starting point for Dalinar, it begins decades earlier when he approaches the mother to beg for forgiveness. That plea, that interaction, not a certainty, not a polished philosophy, is the spark that changes Dalinar. From then on, his faith becomes something that is living. It's a choice. He doesn't always know what is right, and he is haunted by his past, but still Dalinar acts. He chooses to bind instead of break, to unify instead of destroying. For Dalinar, faith is never about having the answer. It's about choosing to believe that redemption is even possible, and then acting as if that were certainly true. And then we have Lightsong, the god who literally does not even believe in his own divinity, let alone the divinity of anybody else. Lightsong spends the entire story questioning, pushing back, doubting why he is here and why any god is here at all. But when it matters most, the moment he finds the courage to act is when he remembers his niece and the love that he had for her. This memory grounds everything, because for Lightsong, it pulls him out of abstract duty and into love for a specific person at a specific moment. This love impels him to action, and it is only because of that love that he can make the ultimate sacrifice, not because of certainty, but because of love. For all of these characters, faith is never just an ideal, and Sanderson does a fantastic job showing the power of that in his books. For them, it's something lived. It's action that's rooted in love, for people, for humanity, for the possibility of redemption. Sazed, Dalinar, and Lightsong could not be more different characters. But for each of these characters, faith is not about having a flawless set of answers or about figuring everything out before beginning to act. It's about what they choose to do with the people and the love they have for them right in front of them. If you love character deep dives like this, especially in fantasy, you are in the right place. I'd love for you to subscribe so that we can continue this conversation. Thank you so much for watching.